This is Bruno from RVing TV. Today we thought we would bring you a cheap versus expensive comparison. And we're going to do this with snow foam cannons. We're actually shooting on a winter day here. It's about 6 degrees outside, so one of those typical days that you might want to wash your car. But today's comparison, what we're going to do is actually do a comparison with the Chemical Guys Torque Big Mouth Snow Foam Cannon versus the typical cannon you can actually pick up on Amazon. Now what the difference here is, your Amazon snow foam cannon is going to range anywhere from about $20 to $40. The one we have here we purchased for about $27, where your Chemical Guys Big Mouth Snow Foam Cannon is going to run you somewhere between $90 and $140, depending if you pick it up on sale or not. Now these are Canadian prices, a little bit less in the US. So let's start with a couple of comparisons. You're going to notice that the container is a little bit different, and the mouth of the container is actually quite different as well. So a much larger mouth, much easier to get your water in as well as your soap compared to the Amazon typical cannon itself. What's also nice is much easier to rinse out. So what we've done is we've actually already prepped each of these containers with hot water. We're actually using the Chemical Guys Melon Snow Foam soap, and it likes to be activated by hot water. What you'll also notice is a little bit of flexibility difference in our actual nozzles. So the typical nozzle, the Amazon one, has an adjustment for the spray pattern, but you can't actually rotate it. Where the Chemical Guys, not only can you adjust the thickness and the spread of the snow foam cannon, but you can actually twist it 90 degrees. So if you're doing a very large unit like a van or an SUV, you're going to have a vertical spray. If you want to cover a lower area, then you can have a horizontal spray. So just a couple of little differences. So what we're going to do today, not only are we using these snow foam cannons, but we are using a proper pressure washer setup. Now that pressure washer that we're using is a gas pressure washer rated at 3100 PSI and has a flow rate of 2.4 gallons per minute, which is a really good flow rate for all of these, because the snow foam cannon, the Big Mouth Torque, it has a minimum spec of about 1.5 gallons per minute, where you're going to find the more dollar conscious, the cheaper version, is going to need at least 2 gallons per minute. So you really want to be higher than that. So what I'm going to do now is I'll step out of frame for a moment. We're using a pretty dirty car here. This is a 2016 Cruise Limited, and that way you'll get an idea of how well it cleans. All right, so we'll just spray down to get the car wet. And then what we'll do is we're now going to try our cheap snow foam cannon. It goes on fairly well. Now one thing you'll notice, you'll see that the snow foam cannon actually doesn't have a really great fit, but that's okay. We'll dial it right up. So you'll notice it does a pretty decent job at actually getting us some good suds, and we have the cannon turned right up. We'll give it a little extra shake here. And you'll notice decent overall sudsing, but it's still a little bit runnier when we're running that. Okay, so I've turned off the power washer so that you can get a little closer look. So if you'll notice, it's actually decent. We had the washer turned right up. So, you know, you might on a cheaper Canon need to actually put more soap and go through a little more soap. You'll notice it's sticking pretty well, and if we look at the ground, we can actually see it sudsing down. What we're going to do now is we're going to rinse this off, and then we'll actually do the demo with the Snow Foam Canon. All right, so what we're going to do now is do a demo. We've rinsed off the car. You'll notice that the soap did a reasonable job at cleaning it, but down where it was thicker, we still have a dirty car. So I'm going to fire up the pressure washer. So I'll step out of frame for a second, and we'll do the Big Mouth Snow Foam Canon. Now, one thing you'll notice, it doesn't swing quite as much when you have the Canon on, but let's get her going. Now we have the Canon turned right on up, over, and you'll notice the suds much more shaving cream style, much thicker overall, and not really running the same way that the other Canon did. We'll do the same thing now. We'll give it a good shake, see if that even makes a difference. Now we've used the same amount of soap between both, and as I mentioned, you can actually take the Snow Foam Canon here and now have a horizontal pattern for cleaning. So you just have a little more flexibility. And what we'll do is we'll turn off the pressure washer again. We'll bring you up a little bit closer. And if you look even in the wheel wells, you can see how much thicker the foam is and how it's really dripping down. When we look down at the ground, you can actually see much more of a shaving cream style foam, really adhering well to the car and just slowly running down. So this will give you time with a good wash mitt to get over and have that snow foam work as a lubricant. So, okay, so we'll get this car cleaned off in a little bit, but that's a little comparison that we've done of our cheap versus expensive. Now, I'm not saying one is right, one is wrong. I have a preference for the Big Mouth Snow Foam Canon. As you can see, if you play around with your soap mixture, you'll actually get more suds on both of these, but we've loaded both with hot water, same amount of soap, you know, approximately 2 ounces of soap, and there's a bit of a difference. Whether it's a difference that you're going to feel is worth the money, that's a personal choice for yourself. We'll let you make a decision on what you think between the two. My personal choice is the Big Mouth Snow Foam Canon by Chemical Guys. It seems to just perform over and over and over again. However, for the price difference, this does a pretty decent job. You'll need to, you know, use a little more soap. So I'd love to hear some feedback on this video, but I'm going to say thank you for viewing our video. Please click the like button below. Also, subscribe to our channel and hit the little bell button next to the subscribe. That'll actually notify you of upcoming videos, and we're going to try to bring you comparisons like this, some car reviews. We've got a couple of car reviews coming up that you'll enjoy, similar to our X3 M40i video that has been put out recently. And I'm going to say thank you for viewing the video, and we look forward to seeing you back at the channel soon.